And we talk about crossroads of the world. I can't believe the growth, even from when I saw you here 6 months ago.
It's literally month to month. I mean, when you talk about a boomtown, this is it. But it's a boomtown, and obviously it's a boomtown because of oil, but it's becoming a boomtown because of trade, because this is a country that's figured out that long term, having low taxes, free trade is the recipe for growth. And that's why this is a great place, again, to come here, because logistically, you can get here nonstop flight from pretty much anywhere in the world. But spiritually, this has always been a place where the whole world comes through and passes through right around there.
One other quick thing about oil. You brought up oil. They understand. They project maybe they have 2 decades, 25 years worth of oil left. So you don't actually see it when you talk to people here.
Yep.
But they're in a race against time.
Absolutely.
And that's why they're moving so fast to diversify, to look to alternative fuel sources. They're trying everything.
They understand that. And it's also why we're here with the Women's Summit. Because, listen, the easy thing to do is do a Women's Summit somewhere in Western Europe where, they've been, women's rights have been established for decades. This is a region, a larger region, that is obviously behind globally in women's rights. But this is a country that within the region is leading. It's leading with tolerance. It's leading with openness. That's why you see all this growth. It's that mindset. And that's why we're here, because this is a country that's a role model for a region that we're here to lean into. We can't ignore this. We have to be here and to accelerate this. And, again, that's why it's a perfect place to do this.
And the region faces challenges for sure, which is, I love that you went to the why Abu Dhabi question, because the 3050 Summit has 500 women, maybe more, from 50 different countries.
Every minute
As
more.
you said, I know, they keep coming, and it's great. We have some incredible speakers. But talk a little bit about the goal of the summit, which I think you touched on, but we're really taking mentoring and cross-cultural connections to a whole new level.
And hence the name 3050 Summit. We have, the 50 over 50 list that you pioneered on our Forbes 30 under 30 list. It's the younger generation and older generations mentoring each other. And it's not just the older mentoring the younger, because, women in their 20s can teach amazing leaders about technology, about what's going on, about AI, just about thinking differently. And so it's a two-way mentorship. So we have a two-way mentorship on Thursday. In fact, the entire day is going to be devoted to teaching and learning, where everyone's going to be mentoring and learning from each other. But then it's also about mentoring the entire world, and that we're making videos. So this is not just an event just for 500, 600, 700 people, but it's an event that can impact the whole world, because the leaders here are making videos that then across International Women's Day tomorrow will span across the world, be shot out across the world to mentor everybody. So this is really tomorrow a beacon on a day that's always been a hashtag for actually doing something.
So, and Mika, tell me, what are you most excited about? The next couple of days are going to be, they're going to be coming at you at 100 miles an hour. What are you most excited about?
Well, I'm excited about talking to the younger generations. I'm so excited about what we've learned creating the 50 over 50 list and how it immediately went global. We had 10,000 submissions for the very first one, and even women age 49 who we had to say, no, you're lying up, lady. But that list and these women that we have discovered and immediately going global, so many of them around the world who are here today, here for these 3 days, here to hear our iconic conversation with the legends of all time, and when it comes to women's rights and women's issues. But to hear from them, because what they tell the younger generations is that we have arrived. We're not just trying to get there. We have arrived, and we have paved a long runway for you, the younger generation. And I love talking to younger women, giving them advice, but also telling them they can slow down. Maybe actually take a moment, be mindful, and experience what they're going through so they can really retain what they're learning. And that's the difference from when I started in my career.
Right.
And when I even started doing Know Your Value events. I was rushing through them and telling them all to hurry up. And now my message is slow down.
You look, just politically, you look at the woman who signs the dollar bills in the United States, Janet Yellen. You look at the head of the EU.
Around the world.
Ursula von der Leyen. You look at Christine Lagarde. Again, the most powerful women in the world are women well over 50, and they're just now, in many cases, coming into their own.
Well, you're seeing it also. look at what's going on in Washington. I mean, you look at Nancy Pelosi and what she's done over the last few decades or last few years, for
She
sure.
was on our first list.
Absolutely. And what you see when you go down in the lobby here are smiles.
Yes.
Everyone is smiling. That's what strikes me. It's different from most events that I go to. Everyone's smiling, and a pleasure to be here because they are slowing down and they're learning from each other and they're appreciating, especially the older women, that this is a place and a time this week where they're being celebrated.
Well, Randall, and they're a part of this. Every single woman here is a part of this, as opposed to going to an event and going, I'll never get there. Like, they are a part of this, and they are being scooped up into incredible cross-cultural, cross-generational relationships. Randall Lane, thank you very much. As we've said, we've got some really special guests with us throughout the week. Go to knowyourvalue.com or Forbes.com for continuous coverage of the 3050 Summit. I'll also be posting a lot on social. In addition to the women Randall and I spoke about, many more incredible women will be taking to the stage, including Jessica Alba, Ayesha Curry, Catherine O'Hara, Misty Copeland, and many, many more.
Amazing.
And tomorrow on International Women's Day, I will co-moderate an iconic conversation with Hillary Clinton. As we speak, we'll hear from Ukrainian First Lady Olena Zelenska, and also on stage from women's rights icons Billie Jean King and Gloria Steinem. That's tomorrow live on Morning Joe, exclusively at 7 a.m. Eastern. Really look forward to the iconic conversation tomorrow.